have? We got Snapfire coming out. For Secret, they still ban out the IO. Morphling left in the pool, important to note. And Slardar banned.
And
anything else?
I don't know. Well,
hey!
This is crazy. So look, welcome to Grand Finals meta, right? Like, we're talking about narratives. Like, imagine if this is a 3-game series, right? Think about what the community is going to be saying. Again, Nigma chokes in the finals. What's Kuro doing with the drafting 2 games? But now, all of a sudden, they pick that Wisp a 3rd time. They win that game. They win another. All of a sudden, the reverse sweep is a possibility. And suddenly, we don't know what to expect from the draft any longer. And it's Secret who are first phasing the Lifestealer. Perhaps just to ensure that there's no need to ban it. Because otherwise, I think you've got to up against this Nigma squad.
Yeah, they may have lost a little bit of faith in their Morphling, too, right? Like, up against the, they lost against the Leshrac in the 1-2 with their Morphling, so they've lost a little bit of faith there, where it feels like Nigma has just gained more and more confidence in their drafting style. And I definitely favor this initial opener for Nigma. I really like this Leshrac.
Personally, you've got Snapfire on one side, so I guess we just think that you would take Lesh over Snap.
I mean, I think Nyx Assassin is a really good counter to Snapfire in many ways, right?
True.
Sure.
A lot of just AoE damage, a quick way to be able to stop her ultimate.
That's a very good point. I really like it as well with the Leshrac. I think that if you safe lane that as a combination, it's one of the best in Dota, because you have 3 stuns effectively and so much chasing speed with the Edict that you end up just killing things. And
what I really like about it is that I think one of the best things about Nyx Assassin that's just a little underrated is spike carapace against lineups that can't control their damage, and as that by itself is not very good, right? You just being able to stall, reflect some damage and stun some people, that's just kind of okay. But if it acts as a way to be able to create space for an important core, then it becomes a lot stronger, and that's obviously what Leshrac really takes advantage of.
That's a really good point. I will say the Lifestealer here, excellent matchups. Now, we've seen in the laning phase and throughout the mid-game, Leshes just take Lifestealers out on the town. However, later into the game, 25, 30 minutes plus, that's when the matchup starts to change a little. However, there it is. We talked about it.
Yeah.
The Oracle only second likely to this Wyvern because you actually have the offensive tool against the Lifestealer's Rage. I think that's the key aspect that makes this the best hero against this Lifestealer. And now, Team Secret, you've got to edit your win condition a little bit because this Lifestealer is not going to be able to perform like Miracle did in that last game.
Oh yeah, certainly. This is now like a full 2-position Lifestealer.
Yeah.
He's going to be one creating space for their win condition where, can you look back at the Morphling again? You can't look at OD against Leshrac. I actually don't like that matchup very much. Oh, and there's a Nyx. So what other mid-win conditions are there?
Interesting. I like that. Banish is specifically the tool you really need to use against the Wyvern Curse, right? It's E-Blade, Decrep, and Banishes. That's the only real way to save somebody caught under the Wyvern Ultimate.
Winter's Curse and Disruptions. I get it. Don't worry. We all got it.
It's been a long day, okay?
I'm
trying to keep all these things straight.
There's a lot of things happening in
The crowd doesn't even know who's playing. They're chanting Navi. Tell me a break.
There's also, I always love non-damage disables against Nyx Assassin.
Yeah,
right, your Rubik's Lions, Shadow Shamans, and now Shadow Demon.
Yep.
He shows up with his Vendetta, he pops the spike carapace when you realize he's been spotted, but you just stall him up.
Could we make this a best of 7? If we're this is such a vastly different draft than what we've seen.
It's funny, we only had one, if I can recall, and it was a reverse mega sweep. It was DKIG. I think DK lost 3 and then won the next 4. They played Dota for like 12 hours.
They had a lunch break, an hour lunch break in between.
Yeah.
After the lunch break, they lost all games,
Yeah, the crowd is feeling themselves. We have a full house here as we approach 11 p.m. local. What's up, Kat?
Is Medusa any good here? I'm just trying to think of mid-win conditions. It's
incredible for Secret, I would think. Yeah, it's pretty solid against the Wyvern. The problem is you're playing up against the Nyx Assassin, right? Yeah. It traditionally hasn't really been the best hero for Medusa to play up against, but it does at least give them that late game that they're looking for. And you really do want an illusion core. You do have the SD without a really good offensive disrupt, but at the same time, SD, that full kit can be utilized. The poison, the W,
And the way Nigma have set this up, that they are going, like, Secret is going to have to commit to both of their cores now without knowing what their mid-safe lane matchups are, because there's still that wiggle room.
Yep. Another reason Leshrak's just so good is this flex core, right? And I think a lot of teams, specifically these top-tier ones, when they have a slow start in new metas, I feel like a lot of times it's because they haven't found those cores they can trust. And typically, they need to have multiple players that can play them incredibly well. And this Leshrak definitely that for Nigma right now. And Secret, this is the game, this is the pick rather, that's going to define not just this game, but the series as the winner takes all the marbles.
Yeah, they really will.
Could see
Dire team ban.
See a Tiny. That is
Tiny
four
Shadow
Tiny.
Demon is one of my favorite combinations
Yep.
of like 2 patches ago. Where was that the last time that Shadow Demon was really invoked? Because the Soul Catcher plus any burst damage hero, and Tiny's one of the best.
We saw it a couple times on aggressive mode for Shadow Demon, that is, but yeah, that's about it. But who's playing what here for Secret? Help me out.
10 seconds
It's a core Tiny of some sort.
it could be
right?
offlane Shadow Demon.
Could be offlane Snap.
It's very true.
Basically, Zai could play anything.
Yeah. And you could even see after that last game win, right? Nigma is certainly looking like they're feeling themselves. There were hugs, fist bumps, a lot of smiles.
All around.
Let me just say, I did play a fair amount of offlane Shadow Demon when some Russian player was spamming it in pubs. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool idea. It is incredibly fragile. You really have to know your matchups.
Yep.
And Secret don't have that advantage here. So I feel like very likely it's a Tiny core just for the safety. It's still weird in how they're going to be running their lanes, though.
What's the Nisha hero? Now, I'm thinking perhaps a Shadow Fiend. I feel a BKB hero is necessary. And I also feel against Wyvern, against Sentra, you want mixed damage. And I can't think of something else that would be put in the mid lane that provides that. You don't want something like a TA because you're all in on the physical. Alina seems far too squishy. It just doesn't feel like there's any perfect options. Enigma still have that last pick, to your point, Cap, to counteract any matchup that they deem fit, they want.
Yeah. You can't, any of the real hard, like, laning matchups, like, say you pick up a Viper, while they run side lane Leshrak, they switch up their mid.
They're hovering over Temper Assassin ban. I mean, we are looking on the side of Nigma for most likely a Weehaw hero.
Yep, I think ban TA take SF does seem pretty solid here. I'd expect that the response from Nigma would just be to go perhaps Wind Ranger's a bit rough here. I like it a lot against the Lifestealer. It's a good matchup against the SF, but SD traditionally has always been very good just for that hard save against the Shackle.
Team Secret.
ban out
Turn to
Medusa.
pick.
We'll see. Looks like Pango, Mars all being selected. Who knows?
I mean, if they pick the wrong hero here, it could be a really good Riki game.
Also, the fact that they are hovering over flaners, that means that one of these Tiny probably mid. Unless you're thinking Shadow Demon mid, which is hopefully not a thing in the last game of a best-of-5 grand final.
5 seconds
I'd be very concerned if they go for something like a TA,
team
and it will be a Pango. So
Pango's still open enough where you can switch the two of them.
it now looks like
offlane.
Secret have a lot more tools to be chaotic within fights, so it's a lot more difficult to play these supports like Wyvern and Nyx. They enjoy playing luxuriously in these team fights, just chilling on the side, getting excellent spell usage off. That's very difficult when you have to deal with this annoying Pangolier with a Tiny who might just blow you up in a combo. It gives Secret the ability as well to play with more tempo in the mid game, which is where they've been getting crushed in these last two games.
Void open?
Yeah, it is. That is a Void.
Nice. That's a hard Pango counter. They have Leshrak plus Winter Wyvern, a lot of damage you can dump into the Chronosphere. I see Pango, I'm instantly going, well, it's not a Bloodseeker game. Is it a Void game? It's a Void game, yeah. Let's go for that.
It's really good against the Lifestealer. Yeah, you have the SD, but he gets chronoed with anybody. Both heroes die. Nigma will have the superior team fight, and they have all of the answers. It's going to be up to Secret to just create enough chaos to win skirmishes and then take fights guerrilla style. You want as much space as possible. You get clumped up in a choke point, that's when you're going to get punished. And Nigma traditionally do very well when they're able to play in this manner of waiting for you to come to them.
At the same time, I think Tier 1 teams, I've noticed something, the best teams, when they have a very open playstyle and they can perform a lot, when they do some sort of tempo shift in the middle of a series, it's particularly effective. Right? You just naturally get into a lull, a tempo, where you're feeling out what the enemy is doing, and Team Secret here are very obviously pushing the pace to an amount that we haven't seen them do so far in this series. So it may just catch Nigma a little off guard.
Yeah, you look the damage output of Secret's heroes with just the early XP, right? Level 6, level 7, they all have multiple spells that deal damage. Literally every hero on this team. Nigma, your support duo, very powerful in the late game, not nearly as much in the early. If I'm Secret, I gotta take as many fights as possible early, rune control, outpost control, and just smash Nigma. Otherwise, I think you're losing this after 30.
All right, the roles are the way you expect them as well. The question is, I just need a yes or a no. Reverse sweep.
No.
Maybe.
A yes or a no?
Kyle, come on.
I plead the. I'm just kidding. I think.
Oh,
I
okay,
think Secret's got this
that's
one. I think
enough from
Secret.
Kyle right now. Let's hear more from ODPixel Lacoste for Game 5 of this Grand Finals.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to get into that Game 5. And I can't wait, Lacoste. We've had a real treat of a series so far between Nigma and Secret. This Game 5 coming up, and we continue to see adaptation from both teams. A Shadow Demon out of nowhere. It's going to come into this final Game 5. Both teams changing it up. Void's going to be brought back in for this final game from Team Nigma as that last pick. What's sort of your reactions to this draft, Lacoste?
Nigma definitely have better late game and setting things up for Faceless Void, whether with the Centaur, whether with the good Winter Wyvern ulti, and I don't think it's that good of a Pango game. You're playing against Faceless Void, against Wyvern, who can act. Well, what do we have here? UA, all right. JJ with the heart. It was not a potato. It looked like a heart.
Yeah, he wasn't always the best at art, JJ. But here we have it, getting into this game. And what a game this is going to be. I can feel it already. In terms of what the plays are going to be, they do have ways to play against the Chrono, right? Miracle's got to be very careful with how he uses them in the team fights. They have disruptions to reach him from outside. You could get caught by a stray swashbuckle, proccing the disarm. And of course, the Snapfire. If they don't catch the Snapfire, Mortimer's Kiss is raining down, makes it kind of hard for Miracle to commit before he has BKBs. But definitely other strengths that Nigma can use to run against Secret heroes.
Shadow Demon will be the key hero, in my opinion, here.
Yeah.
His positioning, either saving that disruption for Faceless Void ulti or for Wyvern ulti is going to be crucial.
The battle begins.
Already trying to get up in and stealing that rune from Secret, but Puppey holds back GH with a disruption. And the rune split will be an even one to start this one off. That looks a bit... Oh, actually, no, I say that. No, once again, Nigma, they did a better job of it last game, just being able to secure the majority of runes multiple times against Secret. And we'll get ourselves into the lanes. Weeha up mid against Nisha's Tiny. Last game, Weeha had this considerable matchup where he had such an advantage. This time around, I imagine things are going to be much more even, right?
Depends who rotates. Toss back from Tiny is always a pain in the ass, an easy way to get a kill on the mid lane. Most of the teams prefer to have Snapfire played as position 5, but we're gonna see Yapsor. I don't think the hero scales with the items. A lot of harassment on Zai already.
All right, we'll be interested to see what Yapsor will do with it. I mean, we've seen the hero now, what, in 3 different positions. 5, 4, and 3.
3 was the worst one.
They did win the game, though, didn't it? I think the game that Nigma did it, yeah, because it was the game where Miracle's on Medusa. So it didn't look impressive in itself, but hey, it won a game. So creativity with the Snapfire in different roles can certainly work.
It still feels like you're position 5 with just one extra item.
I'll see deep here. GH, he's sort of being chased around by Puppey. Puppey.
Nicely done. He cancels the creep wave pool that he tried to go for. Now creeps will scatter around. Maybe the tower will kill them.
They've got the slow. That'll be first blood. Straight in with the level 2. He can chase with the bash. Kuro's Arctic Burn is enough to set up. As Miracle starts his lane off to perfection, there is a swashbuckle available for Zai. So Zai cannot be chased. He'll live. Salve up as well. Gets him back up to full HP. But you've got to be careful. You give Miracle any sort of a good start, and you have to have answers for this Void down the line.
Half of the crowd was cheering Nigma, while other half was cheering Secret, so you could hear Sigma. Basically, they were cheering for Seb's and Sashka's whole team.
Oh yeah, back in the day, Sigma in. So we've had a few old teams sort of being bit made a mention of here. Of course, a lot of Na'Vi chants as always, in always good vibes from the crowd locally. I do like the memes. As mid lane. So here's at the moment 30-2, 9 for 2. A little bit of an edge for Weeha so far in the 1v1, able to use the stuns to really out CS him. And top lane, so he's already used the swashbuckle. Miracle could just proceed to chase, and Kuro, he's actually going to be the one to take the kill with a Splinter Blast. So doing a very good job of securing a really nice lane for Miracle. The sort of the aggression that this wife can offer in mid lane. Weeha will run down Nisha a bit. The Diabolic Edict taking him down low. In terms of regen, Weeha has got a salve ready, so he'll be able to stay in lane. Whilst on the side of Secret, Nisha, he's going to have to take the walk back to base. So more time where Weeha's going to climb ahead in that advantage in this 1v1.
Already 2k network advantage with the 3 bounty runes picked up at the start. They're controlling the game. Puppey just pulling the bottom lane. But Tumbaman can't really fight against the 2 heroes, even though both of them are melee.
We'll have the wave coming in under his tower. We'll see if Mind Control can do anything to mess with him whilst the momentum's in. Nice and deep, and will indeed get some CS, even in that situation close to Secret's tower. Top lane, another attempt onto Zai. Zai, every time he swashbuckles, he will be chased. A bit of a block off, so Miracle can wait out the disarm. Zai, has he got the movement speed to get away? The Splinter Blast is coming across, but the cookie will separate him. The cooldown of those early levels of Time Walk a little too long, so Miracle cannot chase on. Zai will be saved this time.
Nisha can't really get a solo kill on this Lesh. He needs some kind of a backup so they can do the back toss into the tower play.
And you see on the bottom lane, each time Matthew tries to get aggressive with the rage, it puts Puppey in trouble. The damage here with the right clicks of the Centaur will take him down. Matthew, can he get a trade onto Mind Control? A couple more hits will do it, but GH, some cute body blocks.
I think GH is the best body blocker in the world, besides No Tail. It looks like they're stunning people.
Oh, yeah.
That's how good they're at blocking. Every single time Zai uses Swashbuckle, Miracle time walks and gets a bash proc.
GH taking quite a beating it, as he'll try and dodge this one out, but the stacks of poison are coming in. Not quite enough to burst him, but the right click will finish him. Finally pushing GH out of the lane, giving Matuma a bit of breathing room to return to farm. 5-minute runes come in, but Kuro, he's already over, taking it away from Yapzor. As again, Nigma getting the majority of the bounty runes. It seems to really be an objective that Secret struggle to keep their hands on against Nigma. They're doing an excellent job of prioritizing them.
They're pushing the lanes and having a hero who can easily rotate, and right now that's a hero with the stun. So you can't really compete against that.
Over to the mid they go. Jump in with the snap fire cookie, but Weeha, it's too tanky for the two of them to take. Kuro will be here as well if Weeha needs the assistance. Splinter Blast comes into play. Nisha's falling low. He's got to back away from this.
Even if he lands a stun, it's not a kill. Tiny still had the Fairy Fire to work with. Zai with the disarm. This lane, a lot of RNG involved, whether you get a bash or a disarm proc.
Already 6 minutes, a 2k lead for Nigma. Very similar to start to what we saw them end up with in the lanes in both game 3 and 4. As bottom, Matu. He's got to be careful. Once the 6 is there as well for Mind Control, this is suddenly a lane where it's very hard for Secret to play aggressive in. The safety will be there. I mean, not only for this lane, every single other lane, Stampede will do an excellent job of separating Nigma's heroes from that of Secret. As mid lane, they'll get the kill this time. Nisha stepping up far too aggressively whilst Kuro is still there, sat behind Weeha to help him out. Bottom lane, They're going to go in onto Matuma Man. Matu's got to run. He's got stick charges, and Yapsel will come through with a scatter blast. Shoots into the face of Mind Control. Mind Control's just going to try and chase down Puppey. A disruption holds him in place. GH tries to stay on target. Puppey's coming up. There's the chrono. In they go. He's so low on this lifestealer. He cannot survive this at all. As they are playing fast once more. Nigma doing what they can to just suffocate Secret in these early stages.
They got free farm on Faceless Void, which means that his lane was really good. So he got all the XP in the world, rotates to the bottom lane, gets a kill on the Lifestealer. He didn't get the last hit, but still, a kill is a kill.
And we saw there in the mid lane exactly what happened to Nisha. Saw an opportunity, at least he felt to go in and look for Kuro. But we are ready and waiting to turn things. These mistakes very costly as Secret continue to fall further and further behind. Bottom lane, Stampede used Nigma. They know that with their advantage, they don't need to save the Stampede for defensive means. They can continue to play as offensively as they have been in the last 2 games to make sure that they could do their best to ensure that Secret struggle to get ahead anywhere in the lane.
Javelin proc.
Spike Carapace comes out. Zai needs a couple more right clicks. Puppey, he's not messing around. He'll turn up and take the kill. Back in the river, Nisha tries for the burst combo on Kuro. It's not enough yet. Kuro can walk it off.
He's under-leveled on Nisha because of that bad laning stage that he had against the last rack, so no kill even on the position 5 here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And the difference in mid just getting bigger and bigger. We are close to having a 1K lead up against Nisha's Tiny.
Radiant's bottom
Top
tower
Puppey
has
continues to
fallen.
roam around, trying to find some action. He's got his eyes on Mind Control. They know that Stampede's unavailable. Still hard for them to dive the tower.
And with this kind of a build on Tiny, you can't really farm. You want to get the kills, you want to rotate. No points in 3 grab at the moment.
Let's see what they can do. Let's see if any TPs come in for Nigma immediately as soon as Nisha shows. Triple TPs are coming into play. Secret, they've got to really think about if they want to hang around for this one, as Nigma are going to be more than happy to fight this. A disruption will hold back one of them. A GH and Mind Control chase on forward Matu. He's trying to go for the kill on Centaur, but he hasn't got the damage at this stage of the game. We are charging in, looking for some sort of a setup in the trees. They've stunned up Matu. Matu is falling low. They do get the kill onto Mind Control, but Miracle's over. Looking for the bash, won't find it onto Matuma Man, but it doesn't matter. The AoE damage from Weeha, it's too much for him to deal with at this moment in time. Double kill for the Lightning Pony, and Weeha will finally pop. Puppey able to lay down the poison, get the kill. It's 2 for 2 right now, but Nigma's not finished.
They're
A third kill.
chasing. We had 10 heroes at the top lane before 10-minute mark. I don't believe I've seen this before. Both of these teams trying to win. This is the 5th game, and it's a 5K network lead for Nigma at the moment.
Look at Miracle. The chrono, as soon as it's back, he lays it down and claims another life. 3-0-5 on the Void at just 9.5 minutes in.
He's way too farmed at the moment. We'll have full Maelstrom in next minute.
You're seeing just the difference in the GPM on these cores. Secret across the board, all 3 falling behind. They just haven't been able to find these situations to make plays. They're looking for Mind Control. Mind Control has got Stampede available. As it is, Puppey, he'll go for the disruption. Have they got anywhere near enough damage to take him down before he pops it? They have not. Mind Control can run to the trees. TP backups coming in. Nisha, he cannot chase this. In fact, he's got to be very, very careful himself. They get the initial connection with the Arctic Burn. Mind Control's turning, trying to get on top of target. And look for the stun through the trees. Won't quite have the range. Nisha continues to run back. Matu is here. The Splinter Blast is there to slow him down. Nisha tries to turn with the combo, but it's bought time for Mind Control to get in. The stun's there, and Nigma just moving around as a unit and giving Secret no ability to get back into this game.
Secret did not get the outpost. They were chasing this Centaur, so they did not get the XP. Both of the supports were level 5, but Yapsar bought the book. Now he's level 6. The problem is, who do you play with? Like, you need some kind of a setup, and no one besides Tiny is giving him that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And down the bottom lane they go. Miracle playing aggressive once more. Puppey, he can only hold back one with a disruption. He's low on mana. Miracle, he's not going to want to dive any further towards the high ground. They've got to keep themselves cool, settle for tier 2s, or at least fighting outside of the base. They may be ahead, but not ahead enough to go towards high ground. Mind Control goes for the stun. They don't want to follow up onto Zai. He has got Rolling Thunder prepared to turn.
Huge difference between these 2 carries. Miracle ready to rotate, ready to fight even with these items, but the Lifestealer still farming his. That's a full Maelstrom done.
You see how aggressive Nigma are playing, even without sort of the big timings of the Chronosphere because of how far ahead they are right now. Mid lane, setups there from GH. They've found Niche, the Splinter Blast combo, brings him down low. WeAre's going to go straight towards him. Puppy's trying to getting close. A toss back will throw GH back, but they can still move in. The Mortimer's Kisses will begin to rain down from afar to try and turn things around, but Yapzor stops, but he needs to cookie up Nisha and will manage to save him. Tiny will live. Zai rolls forward, but Weehai's juking it up. Nisha's looking for Miracle. Miracle, he's got Chrono in 5 seconds. They have to be aware of this timing secret as Miracle will be ready to turn. They get Zai. Zai overcommitted, could not finish up.
There's the Chrono.
There he goes. There's the Chrono as Nigma, they're ready to turn this into even more bloodshed for Secret. 2 dead. Puppy is attempting to run. Do they want to go further? They'll play it cool, Nigma. They're more than happy with killing off 2 cores of Secret once again.
How Miracle played in the past few days, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't chase for that kill. Chrono was ready in a few seconds and he landed the perfect one, even though they just got 1 kill out of it. Wyvern still did not use his ulti, so that's their save. If they feel threatened, always good to have.
We're back here once again, this 12-minute timing where Nigma's taking down tier 2 towers. Secret, they're going to come in with the TPs, but WeHeart times it perfectly. They'll follow up with a Who Stomp. Defensive disruption, trying to hold back Mind Control and save Nisha. They'll go in with the Swashbuckle. They'll bring down the Centaur. On the side, Puppy will fall. GH focuses down the Shadow Demon. A TP out comes into play. The Cookie, not quite in time.
They're still chasing Nisha, but defensive ulti. Nisha so far away from his Blink Dagger. Going for this kind of a budget Blink Dagger build where you go for phase boots and an extra Vintlay so you can close the gap.
Any times he shows, it's not very safe. Lots of heroes that can turn around, even just sort of GH walking into the combo with a Spike Carapace can easily set up for the rest of Nigma to come in and kill him. I mean, for Secret, looking at their heroes, what's their best bet? Who are they best set on fighting around? Who's the hero that's closest to being somewhere where he's prepared to fight into Nigma's lineup?
It's Tiny. They need to burst down people. Wyvern is the one you want to look for. Also, Pangolier, his ultis need to be on point. GH with the godlike stun.
It couldn't be any better than that. Could not be any better than that. GH just opening up from the trees.
This Lifestealer, he needs so much time to recover, even though he's at the middle of network chart. I feel like it's still not enough. This is one of the reasons why Snapfire isn't played much as position 4. You still get the same feeling, like your ult is not going to do any more damage. Even with that 1 extra item, still feels like the same hero.
Zai, he's got the Thunder. But they have this setup. Curse into the stun from WeHeart. Zai, he cannot get out in time. Just losing hero after hero, Secret. Nigma up 16-5. The gold lead just continuing to grow. Nisha is being spotted out by GH. Will be close to the tower, and GH, he's got the backup coming in. Nisha seems to be aware, though, a TP out will get him away from this whole movement in time. And they've got to be worried once more. Miracle, Chronosphere's back up.
Again, they're controlling the bounty runes, choking them. Look at the vision that they've set up. They see all 3 lanes. So any kind of movement from Team Secret will be revealed unless it's a smoke gank. How do you even gank? That's the problem. Like, Nisha does not have a Blink Dagger yet, and this is gonna delay it.
And Miracle's in. Won't have immediately enough damage on his own, but it buys time. GH is there with an easy follow-up. Nisha's items put on hold for another 30 seconds as he just cannot find the space to head out. As you said, Nigma's way of controlling the map when they're ahead, it's just flawless.
Usually it's the Lifestealer who's more farmed than Faceless Void in these kind of matchups, and you get that Heaven's Halberd before him, so you kind of cripple him, but it's not the case in this game.
Secret, if anything, they've just got to try and play towards maybe hoping that Nigma make mistakes. As in the river, opening onto GH, Call Embrace, gives him a little bit of safety. They've also got the Curse. So the remainder of their Rolling Thunder will be put to an end. They could turn and they'll just kill off Zai. Rage is popped from Matuma Man as it has to be a Rage and a runaway. As he is not ready to fight. He's got to leave this area. They're chasing though. A Yours
Cookie interrupted.
Mid-Cookie. puts a stop to the digestive system and, well, the whole system of YapzOr. He's just dead and gone. There'll be a buyback from the Snapfire. They're trying their best to turn this. Can they get anything out of this? They'll look towards Weehaw. Weehaw's on the run. Cold Embrace heals him up.
There's
they
the
have
kiss.
the magical damage. The kisses will do it. And now they'll turn to giving a kiss to Kuro as well. Double kill for YapzOr. The buyback pays off. And Secret are able to finally take down a couple of members of Nigma.
They got the 2 kills, but look at the damage on tier 3 tower. Miracle with a couple of right clicks plus the siege creep. Also, they can't get anything out of this. They don't have the lineup that takes the roast quickly.
GH is tripping them up so hard.
Oh, missed the body block.
They're going to have time walk back up and again. One bash or so will do it. The cookies in place. Matu will be safe. Carapace is out. Initiation onto the Centaur. Zai thinking about the Rolling Thunder, but doesn't want to commit whilst the entire team is not ready to go. Matu is having to step back and heal up. He wasn't prepared to fight this. Puppey trying to go for the D-Wall. Kuro's going to put a stop to it. Nigma trying to chase towards him, back towards mid. Zai nearly getting caught out once again. Will be able to swashbuckle before the stun combo comes into place. He gets the Rolling Thunder out and he'll be able to roll out. Nothing else to catch him through that magic immunity. Zai will disengage safely.
Nigma playing so aggressive, 5 heroes mid, 15 minutes in. I'm not sure they can take Roche that quickly, but if they kill 1 or 2 members, they should be able to take it in the next few minutes.
Yeah, especially with the farm that Miracle's got completed. Mjolnir already before this 18-minute mark.
It's gonna be such a late blink dagger on Nisha.
Secret just cannot afford to go out alone. You see that they're playing entirely scared and around this Tiny. They've got to stick as this 5-man unit, otherwise Nigma, you know, GH's movements in particular, they will come in to set up these plays that the Nigma have done so many times so far this Game 5.
Usually you see your position for Nyx Assassin with the rushing Meteor Hammer. Not the case here. Two bracers and into 4-staff against the Lifestealer, against the Tiny. That's going to be extremely effective.
And this is what happened when you go out alone. Puppey has to. He's trying his best to get some ward control back on. Bottom lane side goes for the TP. Miracle will be more than happy to drop the chrono to keep this game in their favor as Zai will fall. Nigma can get back on to pushing in these lanes, look towards more tier 2s, and they're getting closer and closer once again at just 19 minutes in to the point where they're nearly ready to start threatening high ground.
No answer from Team Secret. These are not the heroes that want to play from behind. It's a 19-minute blink dagger, and he's about to die.
As soon as he picks it up, he's punished. He'll turn, try and toss them back, but there's too many heroes for him to throw away from himself. Nigma just really getting into their element over the last 3 games of this series. And Secret, they're getting shaken up. This is a team that's having to try and pull themselves back up after losses, and they're struggling. A team that's been very used to just winning every single game, but Kuro, his ideas, the play from his team, it seems to have broken Secret down to a point where Nigma, they're just beating them 3 times in a row right now.
They're struggling so much. There's no way to initiate a gank. Now there's a blink dagger on Tiny, but who do you play with?
Over to mid, and Weehaw is a little separated from the rest of his team. An opportunity for Secret arises. And they do it. Cold Embrace is going to come out. Zai opting to swashbuckle here for more as they do look for something greater than 1 hero. They'll get 2. Weehaw and Kuro are gone. Secret can now maybe try and find an objective themselves. They're pushing in on this tier 1 mid. Without these 2 heroes, unlikely that Nigma will try and defend. GH does still head forward with the Vendetta to scout things, but there's no Chrono, no Stampede. So Nigma won't turn up for this. And Secret, they get themselves a little bit of breathing room. They will be able to do some damage. Talking about damage, Miracle's got a DD. In fact, Chrono is back up in a second. They've got 2 heroes down. Miracle could still look for an opportunity to start.
He's waiting for Lash.
The DD does wear off, but that Chronosphere could be the setup they need. GH heading forward, looking for the vision, but they have Sentry down on Secret. They know that GH is eyeing things up. And they know it's so likely that he's trying to set up vision for any sort of fight. So Secret will retreat. They'll back away.
You do not want to initiate with Faceless Void Chrono. If there was an opportunity in the previous fight, if there were 5, he will gladly do it, but they need to find this disruption. Like, they need to find... Okay.
He steps forward, trying to clear the wave. Can they save him? A cookie comes out. It's too late. Nisha feeling that Nigma may have backed off from that defense, and Miracle's going in. He was thinking about going for the chrono, but for Yapster alone, he knows it's not worth it, not needed.
They need to find Shadow Demon. Get rid of that disruption. Cookie, just to stop the push, deal some damage.
And 21 minutes in, another tier 2 being taken. Zai trying to get what he can whilst the map is split up. He's pushing in that top lane. Both Zai and Nisha, though, falling behind. I mean, Zai, he's trying for the TP out, but
oh, that was a bit greedy.
Went for the Vendetta hit.
Even if he got the stun, I don't think they get a kill. There was no Nigma members around, and now they go into Roche Pit. Chronosphere is still up.
Secret's heading straight over. Well, I say they're heading straight over. Actually, with the smoke, they don't seem aware of this. They're actually
straight over to the bottom lane.
Yeah, not towards Roche. Nigma's going to have this one for free. Not even a look in from Secret, as they do not have the read. They do not have the idea that Nigma's doing this, as Roche is taken Aegis on Miracle. He's 5-0-8. He hasn't died yet this game. They've got to do it twice. It's going to be so hard. With that Aegis and with the backup that he's had from his teammates, cold embraces, curses, stampedes, multiple ways that Nigma have been able to make sure that this game has been so safe for the Miracle Faces Void.
Damage mitigation from Mind Control is just too much in this game. Pipe building towards Crimson Guard, same item build as he did on the Underlord.
You know, he's
not afraid to pop that ulti.
He is not. Miracle, every single time there's an opportunity, he'll drop it. I mean, when you have a lead like this, you know that a chrono on one hero, if you're just able to push their lineup down to 4, it's so hard for the remaining 4 heroes to do anything with how far behind they are. Mid lane, GH, Mind Control, run down Puppey. Matu, he'll get the rage off. Pops it smartly to make sure GH doesn't clip him with the stun that was pretty much on target through the trees.
Tiny, he's not becoming core this game. Just built Medallion on him.
Yeah, Secret's heroes just so under-farmed right now. Miracle's Void just coming to some sort of incredible leads that we have seen from Miracle. When he gets these heroes where they are able to, as a team, secure and free farm, he just gets leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else in the game.
10-second BKB on him. He's not afraid with the Aegis on top of that. Also Wyvern in the backline.
They're going to try to set up. They do manage to bring Lesh down rather low, but Nisha, they gets turned on immediately. Disruption will save him for now. The Mortimer's Kiss is raining down, but Miracle commits with the BKB. Stays on top of Nisha. Nisha trying to run a cookie will separate him, but Miracle chases on forward with the Time Walk. Now you have the mech heal. Nisha still juking. Miracle won't be able to finish the kill. He's got to get back out of there. They'll look to try and settle towards taking Puppey down instead. Stomp connects from Mind Control. In they go. Nisha once more with the Avalanche trying to stop them. Puppey buys back immediately, but Nisha will fall. He's dead for 45 and does not have buyback on the Tiny, so Nigma could go back towards hitting the barracks. Soul Catcher nukes them low, but there's no follow-up for Secret to get the kill whilst Nigma's debuffed as a lineup.
Miracle still hitting those Raxes, doesn't care too much. Tiny is gone. He knows that there's no real threat coming out if he's dead.
And they're going to have this Rax. Melee Rax down. Nigma taking objectives even when they don't have the Chronosphere. They're that far ahead right now.
What a stun! They found Zai.
They have Zai's game. It's being hit so hard. He will live. Oh, well, the
wrong
cookie.
way.
Oh, no. That's a cookie gone wrong. Zai, he's too close. Oh, no. Yapso tried his best, but Zai just wasn't facing the right direction. The cookie sending him straight back into the hands of Nigma. A curse setup used onto the Lifestealer. They're trying to bring Miracle down low, but a Time Walk heals him up. The tier 3 down, Nigma on track to take a second set of racks. At the timing that they've won so many games with here at this LAN, 25 minutes.
They have no damage.
And Chronosphere's back up. Miracle's more than ready to go if he sees an opportunity, and there it is. Straight in with a 3-man Chrono over towards Yapso, looking for the easy kill to start things as that's Granny gone. Over to Lifestealer, no buyback on the Timmerman. They look towards Nisha. Nisha's down and out, both course without buyback. As Nigma 20k ahead here in Game 5. They're looking at tier 4s. They're looking to force Secret into submission. A Snapfire ult to come out, trying to slow things. Can Secret bring them back? They cannot. GG is called. Nigma take Game 5, and with that, the series, the championship title, Team Nigma has done in the con.
2-0 for Team Secret, and then they won 3 games in a row, man. a lot of the people did not think that this team still has it after not being able to qualify for a minor nor major, but they got